Hey y'all, welcome to the NOLA, better known as New Orleans, Louisiana. Thanks for joining me for this quick weekend getaway. Now, I landed at the New Orleans airport around 9:30 that morning, and one thing I can say is that their international airport is actually nice and easy to get around. And even though this was my first time back in a couple of years, it was effortless to navigate. I also remembered how convenient it was to just grab a taxi versus waiting for an Uber or a car service. So that's what I did. And what's great about their airport transportation is that the city mandates a flat fee for all taxi rides within a certain radius to the airport. And that radius does include the French Quarters, which is where I'm headed to. So after a 20-minute ride, we are pulling up to a hotel that I was really excited to check out called the Saint Hotel. It's part of Marriott's Autograph collection, and if you're interested in seeing a tour of what I call a smart luxury hotel, stay tuned for the video link at the end. New Orleans is known for Bourbon Street, Canal Street, the places where you can find incredible music with a rich and blended history that gives us Creole food. In today's video, we are going to give you a taste of that, but with a twist. So if you want to know how I spent 24 hours in the NOLA, and especially if you love Mardi Gras, you're going to want to watch until the end. So after knocking out the hotel tour, I wanted to take a little time to decompress. I'm always thankful for a safe trip, especially in stormy weather. If you can't tell from the clouds behind me, that is what the case was. And I was also reflecting on my last trip to the city and all that's happened since, including starting a new chapter with this channel. So gratitude is definitely the word. Do you all ever journal while you're traveling? It is so therapeutic to me. Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy journaling or want to gift someone with some travel inspiration, you can pick up your own Wander, Travel, Play journal featuring New Orleans and other destinations on my website. So once I got to a good stopping place, I was more than ready for brunch. I hadn't had anything to eat all morning, and I'd been up since about 3 a.m. and it's now 11:30 a.m. So yeah, it's about that time. So I was thankful there was a well-known brunch spot right across the street called the Ruby Slipper. And y'all, that rain was not playing, but guess what? It was still packed inside that restaurant. And I did not have a reservation, so I was thankful that your girl was able to grab a seat at the bar. And after taking a look at the menu and some internal debate, I decided to order one of their seasonal mocktails and the cinnamon swirl pancakes with bacon. Oh my God, y'all. This was so dangerous, and let me tell you, you will not leave hungry. Now, in my travels to Louisiana, one thing I've never experienced before is Mardi Gras. So I was super excited to find out there's a special place called Mardi Gras World, which is open year-round. You heard that right. If you are a person who loves Mardi Gras or parades, or if you're just curious about it like me, this is a great opportunity to check it out conveniently. And when I say conveniently, they have a free shuttle available as a part of your admission to Mardi Gras World. I'll drop a link to get your tickets below. Again, super affordable. All I did was call their office after I purchased the ticket, and they arrived in about 15 minutes to take me alongside several other people to their warehouse for this tour along the riverfront. So it's really great for families, really of all ages, if the kids can manage the temptation of touching the works of art. One other thing to be mindful of in terms of taking the family along is that it may be a bit tricky to navigate a stroller in the warehouse space, but other than that, it is a very family-friendly tour. The tour runs every 30 minutes during their hours of operation, and the best part is that they're open every day of the week. So that's also convenient if you've got a packed schedule full of other fun. Now, I'd say to account for about 2 hours total, including your travel time within the French quarters. We headed into their theater room to watch a brief introduction video that told us all about the family's legacy here at Orleans Mardi Gras World. It even included a slice of king's cake, and y'all, it was so good. I don't know why I was surprised, but I was. Then our tour guide took us into where the magic happens. That is the warehouse where the artists create these floats year-round for Mardi Gras and for many other special events.
So during our Mardi Gras season here in New Orleans, we're going to have 30 parades. They're going to take place over 2 long weekends, with the parade season ending on Mardi Gras Day. So not just one day of parades. Each of these crews will throw its own whole parade. Average number of floats, 25 or so per parade. But here at Current Studios, we make the floats for 13 of the 30. So there are other companies that do what we do locally. I would say we're by far the largest. We'll make over 400 floats a year, but we're definitely not starting from scratch. General rule of thumb, crews own all their physical float structures, the trailer part. We're going to own the props, so after the parades, floats go back to warehouses. We'll remove the props, put it back into our inventory, put a white primer coat of paint on the float, and then we're going to start the process again from there, based on whatever the themes are. So each parade will have its own unique theme, not an overall theme for the entire season. And I would say it's rare that we're just going to throw away an old prop. It's really how our business works. No matter what those themes are, we're going to have a starting point. But once again, each crew throws its own parade. Parades go, they're going to pick their own theme. Themes can really be all over the place, but books, TV shows, movies, history, mythology are always a good starting point. A couple examples of themes from last year. One was based on world travel, each float being a different city or country. Another silent films. Crew of Bacchus, one of our larger crews. Officially their theme was take a number please, but each float had a different number phrase. Three Musketeers, Seven Dwarfs, 007, and about 20 others. But really after the crews come up with the theme, we take over that process.
This is really a smart business model because at any given point, all of these floats are in different stages and phases of development. So I bet if you were to go there after watching this video, it will look completely different from what I showed here. And I also bet that they get a lot of return visitors just to see what's new. So at the end of the tour, I browsed the gift shop to pick up a little tiger to take home to my little tiger, my son. And we hopped back on the shuttle. And y'all, speaking of tigers, are big cats like a state mascot? Because you got LSU, you got Grambling, both of those schools have tigers. Let me know in the comments if there's a reason for that. Now, if I really were trying to do the most, I would have gotten off at one of the several stops on the shuttle route to explore the city some more, but instead, I decided to venture back to my hotel for a leisurely stroll along Canal Street before deciding on dinner. And Canal Street is really so great for some good old people watching. Okay. Trigger warning. This may be an unpopular opinion, but New Orleans food isn't always great to me. I really don't have any favorites here outside of the brunch spot that I just tried for the first time earlier. So I decided to try one of the restaurants within a block of my hotel called the Zesty Creole. And yeah, zesty is a good word for it. Honestly, again, I wasn't the biggest fan of the food, but it was hot and fresh, and I did receive nice service, so give it a try if you are up for trying something different. Even though Bourbon Street was just a block away, the Burgundy Bar inside the Saint Hotel was my preferred location for a safe nightcap before turning in for the night. This was actually better than going to Bourbon Street because my drinks were on the house. If you want to know why, make sure to watch the Saint Hotel tour, linked at the end of this video. The next day, it was time to pack it up and head back home to the Windy City. But there was one more thing I needed to do that is a must for every New Orleans trip. Y'all, I just had to get some beignets. Café du Monde is the most famous restaurant known for its beignets. There's a few different locations in the city, but this airport location always gets me because it's convenient. So tell me what you think about Mardi Gras World. Are you adding it to your next New Orleans trip? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, please. I would love to see you back again. And don't forget to check out the Saint Hotel tour linked here. Thanks for watching.